Hi everyone, this is the revision record for your term 1 assessment. I'm going to make it short. This is Excel. I'm going to do higher purchase first, and then I do invoice and the quotation. Firstly, what I need to emphasize is that when you do Excel, you need to insert your header and footer for your spreadsheet. So this is what you're going to do. You don't insert it here from insert. Because when you insert it here from insert, you're going to sit with these 2 pages, and then you're going to struggle to take them back. And then if you decide to go to insert anyway, so this is where when you're done, you click outside the spreadsheet, you go here down, you take it back to normal. I encourage students to do their header and footer from the page layout, page setup with an arrow, and then go to the header and footer. You customize header, you do your header and footer, you customize the footer, you do your footer. You make use of these pictures as well. Should they say you insert the file path, the file name, the spreadsheet name, you do it here, and then you say okay. If for example your page it has dots, you always fit your page to 1. For example, these are the dots we're talking about. It means that the page is not fit into the one page. You just need to go to page layout again, page setup with an arrow. You fit to one page, and then say okay, the dots have disappeared. Okay, so now we are going to start with the higher pages calculations. You need to calculate these 2 blocks, and then you record here, and then you drag it down wherever you need to drag it down. So now we're going to calculate the payment amount. There is a formula to do that. Calculate the payment amount. We say cost 2 minus PMT. I said minus represent the fact that you are buying something on credit. So PMT, you open a bracket, you click on interest rates. Interest rates divided by payment period per year, comma, payment period per year times the number of years. Number of years, comma, purchase price minus deposit. You close bracket, you say enter. So this is the amount the client that is going to pay to the company. I am referring to exercise 8.1. As you could see, this is where I am. Okay, come back. We need to calculate the total amount paid, how much the client is going to end up paying. Is a cost 2 payment amount times payment period per year times number of years. How was the deposit? And then say enter. The client is going to end up paying this amount, and then we get back here now. We need to check it is 3 years, so we need to record all these months until 3 years. We're just going to drag it down until 3 years. And then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a year. So we're the 3rd of February means it's the end of the year. I'm going to go and make my color there. My January. I was supposed to play this. Then start over and make yes. Yeah. I have a year. We say it's the 3rd of Feb. 3rd of Feb. 3rd of Feb. I have a year. And the other thing, I just need to autofill here the reference by highlighting them. The bottom corner of your right, you double click or you drag it through. What else do I need to? Here I need to record the amounts of the company. It is the debit side, everything that belongs to the company. I record it to the debit side. So here we're going to say cost 2. The purchase price, we are fixing it to the records of the company. On the credit side, nothing paid so far. Then the RC1 means the client's details. So we're going to record them on the credit side. We're going to say equals to, it is the deposit that the client has paid so far. We're going to say equals to, we click on the deposit, we say enter, and then the fee and cost. The fee and cost, the formula to calculate the fee and cost, we say the total amount paid minus the purchase price. The fee and cost should reflect to the company's profile. That is why you are recording it on the debit side. And then the other thing that you need to record before you do the calculations, it's this one. On the credit side, you need to fix the amount that the client needs to pay to the company every month, which is now going to say equals to the payment amount, and then key in F4 to fix it, or creating a reference for it, and then say enter. And then what you do, you autofill it till the last month. And then now you just, after you've done this, you are definitely done. You just need to do the calculation here and here, and then you drag it down. Let's see how it's going to go. Here there's a formula to do this. Say equals to the previous balance. In accounting, you always say the previous balance and the opening balance. You say the previous balance plus the debit, which is the opening balance, minus whatever that has been paid by the client on the credit side, and then you say enter. Here the total paid to date, we say equals to the previous balance again, plus whatever the client that has paid already, and then say enter. And then from there, we drop it down to the last one. And then from here, drop it down. And then remember, when you have the numbers like this, it means you need to format this row. You need to format this row. You need to format it to currency R. English South Africa with 2 decimal places, and then here it should be 0 to say the client is done paying, and then here this one should be the same as this, and then from there you name this to color, and then you copy color, control, you hold the left button of the mouse, you move on to the right hand side, you right click, you rename it to form, and then you go to formulas, and then there's option show formulas, and you just fit by clicking here, and between the columns, then that's as far as the hire purchase, and then that is far as the hire purchase. Again, the other one is what? The other one is the quotation. The quotation, this is the quotation. Which one is this? 175. This is the quotation. In this quotation, they say you need to delete this column because you're already going to calculate the VAT here. So that is why we don't have it anymore here. Actually, this row is supposed to be. This one is supposed to be deleted, so we're going to quickly delete it and paste this one here. Then make sure this one is deleted. It should be like this now. Okay. So now what we need to do, we need to calculate here. You see, it comes here. They say calculate. Use the formula to calculate the date. Use the formula to calculate the. Use the formula to calculate the due date. So now we are here now. The quotation. To calculate the dates, there's a formula we say equals to. You type in today. You open the bracket and you close the bracket. You say enter. It's going to give you today's date. And then here you want to calculate the due date. How are you going to see the due date? Here below, there's other comments. They say the quote is due in 14 days. You're going to use that 14 days to do the formula. To calculate the due date, you're going to say equals to, we click on the date, plus that 14 days that the quotation is due. So that's how you calculate the date. Okay, now here, we need to calculate the exclusive price. We say equals to, we click on the unit price, you multiply that by quantity, you say enter, and then from there, you drag it down to the last item, and then when you get here, you do the formula equals to sum, you highlight, you open the bracket, you highlight the above, you close the bracket, and then you're going to have what? You're going to have the amount. To calculate the VAT, you're going to say equals to subtotal, you multiply that by 15%, and then you're done. The total you say equals to the subtotal plus the VAT. Enter. Then you are done. To shade all these things, to do the shading, you just highlight wherever they want you to shade. You make use of this bucket and then you shade for whatever the color that you want. That's how you shade. And then you also copy and show formulas. You must have 2 spreadsheets. Okay? The last part of this one is the invoice. The invoice is a bit the same, just a bit similar to what you do in the quotation. Okay, you also need to do these things. You just need to do these things. The shading, you just highlight wherever you want to shade. You play around with this bucket, you shade it. You key in whatever that you need to key in. You can use the font size, the font type, and the font size. So you insert your header and footer from page layout, and then you do the calculations. The calculations, you can do it from the first item, quantity times the unit price. Enter, and then you drag it to the last item. You drag it to the last item, and then you calculate the net price, which is equals to sum. You highlight the above, you close the bracket, enter, and then the discount. The discount here, they say, I'm going to check, what is this, the invoice. I'm going to check the invoice 1. Scroll down, invoice 1. Invoice 1, they say that the discount is 10%. So what we are going to do is, we're going to say equals to, we click on the net price, we multiply that by 10%, then enter, or 10 divided by 100. Okay, now here there's a space that we need to calculate, deducting the discount. So we're going to say equals to net price minus the discount. Because the discount, we don't need to calculate the VAT on the discount. Okay, now equals to, we need to calculate now the VAT, because we've already excluded the, make sure you've already excluded what? You've already excluded the discount. So we're going to use the amount that excludes the discount, which is the amount that we got on the space. You can also do it in bracket, and then we close the bracket, and then you say times 15% if you don't have that space. So in this case, we're going to say equals to, we click here on this amount on the space, we times that by 15%, and then we say enter. Remember, when we deal with currency, we format to R2 decimal places. If it's the amount, you don't format to currency. And then now we need to calculate the total due. The total due, we say equals to the amount on the space that excludes the discount, because this amount does not need to be on the total due, plus the VAT. Enter, we are done. And then again here, you also need to do the formulas. Remember, formulas, sometimes when you show formulas, they come on big columns like this. All you need to do is just to best fit. Make sure you best fit your columns. That's as far as the Excel revision is concerned. Okay guys, good luck.